Good morning, everybody. This is Vincent with Listings to Leads, and this is our Get Started call. Could you tell me or give me a thumbs up that you can see my screen and that you can hear me talking? Let's see here. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you. Let's get into it. We are talking about listings to leads. We're getting started here. So this is really for our new clients, but also for our long-term clients that are coming back for a refresher. And let's talk about first about the resources that are available to you, because there's a lot in listings to leads. We're here to help real estate agents and offices grow their business. We certainly help with automated marketing for your listings, but we have a lot of social media content and software that you can set and forget. We have a great suite of tools to help you get more listings. And if you need to build your brand, get buyers is really easy. We just got a lot of ways to do this, but there's a lot to unpack. So I want to talk a little bit about what's available for you right off the bat. How to get started, how to learn. One is join us for the class that we're doing right now, which is the Get Started class, right? And you can always find all of our classes on leadgenwebinars.com. And you'll see here that we're doing Get Started Facebook and Google ads, which will happen this Thursday. And then also top tools to get listings, which will be next month. And Scott's also doing a series. I'll see if I can find it inside on that. I really recommend on it's almost like a daily coaching class. So you should be getting emails about that, and you can join us there as well. Every one of our classes is recorded, right? The ones that Scott does and the ones that I do. And you can see here, he's got one on short form videos that he put up 2 days ago. My class here, Facebook and Google ads, is here. Get Started from a couple weeks ago is here. Got a class for lenders, top tools for more listings here. Now, I will recommend this. I'm sure everybody here is aware that the NAR settlement is going to be taking effect on July 1. And the question of compensation for buyers is a little bit up in the air for some of you. And that means you're going to want more listings, and it's going to get more competitive for listings. So I really recommend that you watch a couple versions of top tools to get listings, because I don't say exactly the same thing in every call. And if you notice, this is top tools to get more listings. And underneath it says print, Facebook and Google. Underneath over here, it says sold ads for listings. So there's always a little bit of a focus on these. And you're definitely going to want to know how to get listings and be competitive there. So I definitely recommend that you check out these. And if you come to the top, don't freak out that there's 500 videos. You start at the top. These are the most recent, the most current. And definitely I recommend checking that out. And then, well, that's it. Oh, and our mastermind group. We have a private mastermind group. If you are not in it, you will not be able to find it. And the way to get in the mastermind group is to ask our support team, and I'll show you where that is, but let's see if I can get there real quick. We'll leave that open because we'll have to come back to that a couple times. That's the problem. So our mastermind group looks like this. It's for our clients only. So if you're not a client, we'll sign up and ask support to get in there. But you'll see questions from our clients. You'll see Scott and I talk about the new things that are going on. Let's see. Here's a question here. If I'm running an ad on a borrowed listing, am I able to send postcards and door hangers, or is it only if it's my listings? Good question. Here's somebody that says, go for it. Don't be shy. And the second answer is the better answer. Do they list as the agent, or how does it look? And that's really a question for your MLS or your broker, because if you print some agent's photos, that can be against the rules for a lot of MLSs. For some MLSs, it's fine. But anyway, that's what's going on in the mastermind group. There are also clients are talking about the things they're doing with our tools. And I'm definitely going to bring you here to see that in just a bit. Okay. One last thing, and this is now, I just wanted to show you one of the things, as I mentioned, getting listings is going to become important. One of the things that is the most important tool to create, it's an instant home value page, which we call Property Valuation Plus. Now, every week I get a report from our clients who are using that page And these are the top ones. So I just wanted to show you this guy here from Assist to Sell. He's been a client for probably 10 years and he just runs ads every week and it looks just like this. And he's always on our list. He just has been doing this consistent, right? So he's up in Calgary in Canada. He can't give an instant home valuation because they just don't have that resource there. But he gets their contact information and he sends out a report. This is a new client. I've never seen her on our charts before, but she is from the San Francisco Bay Area. And so this is a picture of the Richmond Harbor, which is pretty cool. And there's San Francisco over there and that island on the right, that's Angel Island and Golden Gates beyond that. But in 7 days, she's generated 10 leads. And so that's great, right? Claudia Nelson has been on our list for months now. And this is over in Woodbridge. And I always like this one because this looks like one of those outlet malls. And she's running an ad. And so and this is a big point of creating landing pages is you want to make sure people recognize what you're talking about. This is a little generic to me. What is your home worth now? Normally I would suggest having a city. This picture actually covers a lot of cities. There's San Francisco there. There's Marin and Mill Valley over there. This is actually shot in Richmond. And there's 10 different cities. You might want to focus on a city instead of going out with a generic, what is your home worth? But she got 10 leads. So what do I know? There's Jason, who's been a long-term client. I think he's an EXP client. He's also a coach. And this is his version of a landing page, which is really interesting to me, right? That it has almost nothing and it's generic, but he's getting 4 leads. Chris, I'll show you. Chris has been a long-term client of ours. He's part of an office. What is your LMR home worth? That must be some area. And you can see he pulled a map, a Google map with all the neighborhoods so you know where it is. Oh, Laurel Mountain Ranch. That's what it is. So it's Laurel Mountain Ranch is up here. And so this is good if you're targeting in a particular area, you might want to take a screenshot. And then we got a couple of other people over here. I know this gentleman's operating out in Hawaii and it's always crazy. It to me must mean that a lot of people are not competing in Hawaii because look at in 30 days, he's got 25 leads. When you look at his page, he's got, what is your property valuation plus home worth? This should be changed to, I don't know, what is your Oahu home worth? What is your Honolulu home worth, right? Usually you got to have an area in there, but no, he's just going for it and he's still capturing a lot of leads. All of these landing pages are part of your system, right? And if you want more listings, you got to start there. You got to create these. Now, this one here is a custom seller landing page. Okay. So this is something that an agent created in our platform. We give you the ability to create that. And it says 6 questions to ask before you sell. Right. And it's pretty awesome. He got 12 leads from that. Right. Here, Todd has a free report for sellers, which is another custom landing page. And there's some bullet points. This is something that he custom made, right? My consultation lasts about 45 minutes. Do you need a free no hassle consultation? He's creating something like that. He's on this chart. He's got 4 leads in 7 days, right? James, another customer report. Let's go look at what he's on about. Oh yeah. Instant cash offer, right? For your home. So these bullet points, all this, that's what he's going out with and that's working for him. And then here's a lady, Veronica, has 16 leads in the last 30 days. So you can see there's just lots of ways of taking our tools, customizing them to fit your messages, your value props, and get out there. And so once they've done it, they're running ads with Facebook and driving people to these pages. So let's close up a few of these so I don't have all kinds of things open up. And let's see here. So again, this is our mastermind group. And so you'll see a lot of things go on here, but let's get into the system and let's talk about what we need to do. Now, I'm going to, normally I on this part of the call, I show you how to set up. Okay. I show you how to set up your account because it's a get started class and you should know how to set that things up. But I want to stop here because I just had a call this morning with a broker, a new broker. She'd been an agent for 6 years And now she's a broker and she's got about 8 agents working with her and she's putting pieces together. Right. And I don't, and I talk to realtors all the time and I'm having kind of the same conversation with people. So I want to share that with you. And that is in real estate, there are so many resources that you can buy. There are so many things that you're getting advertised on, and there's just shiny objects, right? And there are a lot of realtors who are paying for 2 or 3 companies doing the exact same thing. And I just want to narrow it down. There's years ago, I set up an office in Pensacola with a guy named Gordon Ray. And I remember he said, God, we used to spend $5,000 a month on our marketing. And now we spend $500 a month on our marketing. And the bulk of that goes to you at Listings to Leads. And he said, and we've grown our market share by 20% in Pensacola. And we were, of course, very happy to hear that. But I want to share with you what people actually need. You know, there are a lot of companies out there and it's changed. But one thing that is definitely necessary is you should have a website and it should have an IDX on it. I wouldn't spend a ton of money on that. Like literally, if you're an agent, nothing more than $100 a month, right? And I think you can find much less expensive stuff, but that's what you need. You also need a CRM because if you're just starting to work with us, or if you've been in the industry for a while, you're going to be capturing leads and you need to work on those leads because they don't convert in one day. Even though I've got examples where literally somebody just converted a lead in one day, that doesn't happen all the time. So you're going to use us to capture leads and to market and to build your brand and to be on social media. But you need to capture a good volume of leads every month, which you can do here. And you need to be working on them to convert them into business. Okay. So you're going to need a CRM to help there. And then you also need some ability to do email market blasting. And I haven't said this much in the past, but since this whole NAR settlement came on, and I'm going to repeat myself, getting listings was not easy 6 months ago, right? 3 months ago, 2 months ago. It's going to get way more competitive in July 1st because everybody's going to realize I need listings. So even before July 1st, people are starting to realize this. What do I do? And so you're going to need to acquire lists of homeowners. Okay. I'm going to talk about where to get those lists in just a minute. And you're going to need to be able to communicate with that list via email. I'm going to show you a few ways to communicate with that list. But one of those ways is via email. And if your CRM doesn't allow you to upload that list and blast, you might want to find a Constant Contact or a MailChimp to help you do that. It's a little bit difficult. It's easy to upload a list. It's difficult to be emailing them. You want to do them in small batches, but you'll have to learn that. And I'll talk about the other things you do with that list. So you're going to want the CRM to drip on your leads. You're going to want maybe your CRM to do the email blasting. Otherwise, Constant Contact or MailChimp to do that on the side. And then you got your website, you got your CRM, you got your lists that you're going to need to market your farm markets, right? And then you're going to need a marketing system. And that's really what Listings to Leads is about. And we do a whole heck of a lot. We help you on social media. We help you via email. So you can use our tools to blast out on those lists I'm talking about. We've got great print tools that you can mail to. And so you're going to use that list that I'm talking about in print, right? You're also going to use that list that I'm talking about in ads. So you imagine that you're targeting people on Facebook, you're targeting people through mail, you're targeting the same people through email. This is how you're going to become a marketing powerhouse. I hope you understand what I'm saying here. I'm going to give you a couple of examples of the leading companies that I know of that can get you those lists. One of those is Remind.com. Okay. And actually the lady I was speaking with who just started her own brokerage said that her MLS gives this to her. She also asked me about Vulcan 7. I don't know if you've heard of Vulcan 7. I've heard of it for years. I don't really know. I don't know if it's good or bad. Maybe it's awesome. I don't know. I know that our clients have been using Remind. They have been using RedX. And also this company here, which is, I've been getting good recommendations, listsource.com, which is owned by core logics. Now, I don't know much about My Plus leads, but we actually are going to be launching an integration with those. So you can see that it's expireds and FISBOs and circle prospecting, right? So this is going to become, I'm going to be talking more about this when I learn about it, but I know that we're working on integration with this company. And I know that we have landing pages for FISBOs. We have PDF guides for FISBOs, and we have landing pages for expireds and stuff like that. So you're going to be able to use this data to get, or these lists to target people in certain areas. I don't know, however, if they're doing what these people are doing. What you want when you buy a list like this. So I live in Lafayette, California, and right around me are 3 or 4 or 5 towns, right? You want 3 or 4. If you're building your business in those towns, you want to know who those homeowners are in those towns. So you buy a list for each town. Now, this is very important what I'm about to tell you. You want those lists to be minimum 1,000 leads long. We have teams that we work with in parts of Texas where they have 3 lists of each 10,000 leads long, right? They're targeting all of Dallas, right? And so these are the kinds of people that you're competing with. And if you want to be competing in the listing area, it's going to get more competitive. I recommend that you look at these resources and find out what suits your needs. What I recommend is any list of homeowners with more than 5 years equity. And you want that list to have their mailing address, their name, their email, and phone number. Okay. Not a lot more. I know that people put filters and stuff like that. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. And I've been told this by other agents that it doesn't matter. You need to know who has been owning for minimum 5 years, right? So once you have those things, you put them together, and then you have a working system like us to leverage those lists. So let's go look at our first part of the platform. Actually, look, let's stop. Let's talk about setup. So setup, when you come here the first time, I think it's on, let's see if it's on Get Started. There's an account setup right here, and we drop you in a wizard, and you set up your profile, you connect, you put your company information and your logo there, you put your branding and your colors, you connect your social media. And when you connect social media, you notice we're going to ask you 3 times. And that's because we're doing 3 different functions. Another thing that's really important, so you need to connect 3 times, is if you don't have your Google business set up, set it up. Google is very important. And I've actually had conversations where the SEO of our clients' business pages, and I'm finding this out from clients, it's increasing because our content is going there and adding fresh content to their pages automatically. So this part here is social media advertising. I also had a conversation with an agent out in Miami who said, hey, your Instagram content has risen my followers from 150 to 600 in 5 months. And so he says, they like your content, they're clicking on it, they're following me, and that's awesome. So this can help you build those social media networks. This Connect Social Media is to auto post your listings. Then here it says connect an ad account. And this is where you connect your Facebook ad account. Okay. It's going to ask your name first. Is this you? And then you say yes. And then it says, this is your business page. So you connect there. Then it says add listings. And so once you add listings, which you can do this by having your email address from your MLS drop in, and then it automatically import active listings. You can grab a listing if you're borrowing a listing, or you can manually add it. And if you've sold anything in the past, like the past 1 or 2 months, and you are new to us, I recommend you add those sold listings or pending listings to our platform if you want more listings, because using our tools is going to get you more listings. Okay. So that's how you add listings. Then it says social media, set up social media content. And that's over here. I'll show you that in more detail. And then connect your CRM. So when you are capturing leads, we have a bunch of APIs for some of the top CRMs. You can drop your leads automatically over there. And then it says activate text IVR. This is not a free part of the service. This actually costs $10 a month, but it gives you a code for each property, and you can reassign those codes after you sell a property. So if you're doing sign writers, you can say, hey, dial this number and send it to that number and get instant information. If you're hanging sign writers, you probably really want to think about this, because if somebody hits those codes, you're going to get leads with phone numbers of people sitting in front of those homes, and you can start texting them, right? And getting them into a conversation. So that's all happening kind of as soon as you sign up, you set up there, right? I want to go through this section here to do a few more things that I think everybody needs to do. One is lead links. And lead links is really important if you have a good website. Okay. And let's see, I actually just opened up a website yesterday, or no, this afternoon. I'm setting up a new office, and White Chalk Real Estate, yeah, over here in Pennsylvania. So if you have a good website, and I don't really know this website, but what my interpretation, what is good, is I do a search on this page and I start looking at a list of homes, and I start clicking through and look at 3 or 5 or 10 listings, or maybe it's 1 minute. Your web page is going to ask me to register. That, to us, remember, we're listings to leads. We're trying to get leads. That is a good website, right? And if this website does that, would copy the URL, I go to my lead links and I create a link, right? I paste in the URL, problem here, and call it, I don't know where he is, but this is the name of it, him, right? Reading. And if I click this box, this will make it a default link on connected to all of my things. So you might have 3 or 4 towns, and you can click add link here and you can create another town. Or maybe there's a price point where homes sell that they just fly off the shelf. If there's something priced, I'm going to say, oh, what did I just do? I clicked something and it just, if it was like Omaha homes under 300K pointed to your website, that's going to get people to click if that's the price point where people are looking. So lead links is important if you've got a good website that can convert traffic. I do recommend that you go check out the success stories section over here, because this is where people are saying, hey, this is what's working for me. We just get a lot of reviews. So you can learn what other agents are doing, right? Refer and earn is if you are talking to a lot of agents, you can get a residual rev share if people sign up on your link, so you can sign up there. Leads is where we house your leads. So when we capture any leads in our system, we're going to email it to you directly. You know that we also have the ability to drop them in your CRM automatically, but they're also listed right here. And I want to give you a preview on this page of the future. This section right here, both follow-ups and leads, are going to be called pipeline. And so if you don't have a CRM, we are going to be building a light version of a CRM right here. And I'll tell you what it's going to be. It's going to be all of your leads filtered in top 10 buyer leads and top 10 seller leads, and leads you need to give a call to, that they're just sitting there too long. We're also going to have a value. So if you have a value, so if you talk to Maggie Clemens at the top of this list, and you know she wants to sell her home, and you find out that the home is worth 400K, you could say there's 400K and my commission is here. That way you have a pipeline of where your money is going to be coming from. And we will have all the tools in here for you to communicate with them and record those communications, so you can work through your leads right here. In the end, what we're trying to get to is to save you money, so you don't actually have to have a CRM. I will say this though, CRMs do a lot more than just working the pipeline. But I think for us, where we are right now, we want to help our clients convert leads. I don't think there's another company that captures as many leads for free or at a low cost than our company. So we're now getting to that place. Let's help them convert those leads. And with that, we have follow-up. So this is already available in your account. And I think we're going to have this turn on automatically. And there's a reason why. Our follow-ups are drip campaigns. Okay. And you have a seller lead follow-up, you have a buyer lead follow-up. You also have it in Spanish, but we're going to have it automatically turned on in English going forward. That should happen, I don't know, in a week or two. These follow-ups, if you want, you can click through and you can, most agents don't want to do that. Just turn them on. I will tell you this. We have clients who use some of the top CRMs in the country. We also have clients who are trainers for the top real estate CRM companies in the country. And some of them have compared our open rates, meaning are people actually opening these drip campaigns? And we actually have a higher drip campaign open rate than, other big brands. So I recommend that you turn those on because ours integrate our tools, our landing pages, our PDF guides to keep really offering value. And really what you want to think of is if you got drip campaigns going and they're not closing appointments, I highly recommend you go over here and turn these things on because we are going to help you close this. If we keep moving up here, there's client reviews. So we have a whole client review website and you can see the website that we make here. And it's pretty simple, right? Your reviews there's a marketing plan, which is really talking about our platform and all the tools that we create, but it doesn't mention listings to leads. It just says, this is what you're bringing to the table. You can also snap in a video testimonial. Our PDF guides, which we haven't looked at, are all embedded here. If somebody wants to download one, they just got to give you their name and email, right? So you can capture leads while leveraging your reviews, and all your listings are here. Okay. So all of your listings, if we click on those listings, we're going to land on a single property website. And you probably guessed it. These things are designed to capture leads too. So instead of having somebody find your leads buried out on Zillow or somewhere else, you can use this and share it and tag your client and get really high quality leads from that. Go right here. You can add your reviews here and you got ways of leveraging that. So the next part of the section are landing pages, social content, PDF guides, ads, and listings. So we're going to dive into that, but I'm going to skip one here, which is social content, which is on the wizard, but it's easier to understand here. So when you come to this section, it's going to ask you connect your social media accounts. Then it's going to say, what is your schedule? How often do you want us to post? And you can do it once a day. You can do it 7 days a week. But the important thing is there's a lot of content here. And I was mentioning it earlier that this content is helping people build their SEO on their Google business pages. It's helping Instagram users build their audience. There's all kinds of home design here. If you see the eyeball, that means you can click through and look at it. And I know some of you can't sleep at night and you are the kind of people that want to read all these things. There you go. But most of us, we just want to turn it on and let it do its thing. I recommend that you turn on the PDF guides for sellers and buyers because that's going to auto post these throughout the year. And it's going to put a landing page behind it so that if somebody wants to download it, they got to give you their contact, their information first. I don't recommend turning on all these because you're going to get a lot of content, but put on a couple of these. If you like the inspirational quote stuff, we got that over here. Turn that on. I like outdoor living because I like gardening. I want all that going. And there's even some fun real estate meme stuff. So you can put that on and other things like, right? This is a set and forget area and definitely make sure and take advantage of that. So the other areas that don't take as much work, but you definitely need to get involved with are the landing pages. And you remember at the beginning of the call, I talked about home valuation landing pages. And so you want to think of it this way. There are multiple towns where you want to build your business. Maybe it's Santa Monica. So let's think, I don't know if you know where Santa Monica is. It's in the southern coast of California. Right next door is Beverly Hills. Just south is Venice. And beyond that is Marina del Rey. If you want to hit all those areas, you need a landing page for every one of those areas. Just north is Malibu, right? You can't take this Santa Monica landing page and advertise it in Malibu. That's why we give these to you in an unlimited fashion. You go to the landing page section, you click on create landing page and decide what do you want. Property Valuation Plus gives an instant home value. iBuyer is like a cash buyer, right? There's a landing page for FSBOs. So if you see FSBOs out there, I mentioned we're going to be working with My Plus Leads soon. There's going to be a landing page. If you get the My Plus Lead FSBOs, use that landing page and hit them. There's also one for expireds and to avoid foreclosures with short sales, right? And I showed you some custom seller landing pages. That's because people are going right here and creating their own custom stuff, right? Empty nesters, growing families, all kinds of landing pages, create them for all of your farm markets. Whenever you create them, you'll notice under edit and tools that you can run ads with them on Facebook or on Google. You can use our e-flyers. You can blast those out on your CRM, or you can use Constant Contact, and there will be print tools. So again, you want to target your markets. You want to hit these markets with print, email, and ads. Okay. That's really what you need to be thinking about if you're going to be competitive in this industry. I think it's going to get much more difficult, especially with that buying thing changing. Then let's move up to PDF guides. I mentioned them a few times. There are 80 PDF guides. Okay. 40 of these are for home sellers and 40 of these are for home buyers. And I mentioned that the social content, we can auto post them to your social media so you don't have to worry about it. But if you want to go here and click on market, you can run an ad on Facebook. You can run an ad on Google. So you can share them on your social media one by one instead of having us do it automatically. Here's the e-flyer for your database, your CRM. Here's a cold calling script if you want to call people and say, hey, I've got this great new report on 6 things to check before buying a home. You've got that kind of thing. Also, our print flyers and door hangers and landing pages all capture leads. Each one is designed for each report. So you got 80 different ways to hit your market, 40 for buyers and 40 for sellers. You definitely want to use those. And then listings, right? So our listing marketing is great. There's just no company that does everything that we're doing. You don't need to tell your prospective home sellers that we're doing it automatically. You just need to know that this is what we're doing. So if we click on market listing, let's look at what we got here. And we give you a download checklist. If you're visual and you forget things all the time, download the checklist. It's basically this list. And it says, run a Facebook ad. How do you do that? You click on Facebook and Instagram ads like I just did, and you'll see that we've pre-written the ad and boom, create ad. If you're looking for buyers, if it's early stage, like coming soon, just listed, active, open house, we're looking for buyers. And this is going to get buyer leads. These leads are pre-populated from the Facebook profiles with name, email, and phone number. So there's a high level of accuracy. Okay. There is a social media post. A post is free. Many of you, I can see because I'm friends with thousands of realtors, you have all learned how to copy and paste on Facebook and on Instagram. And what I can see is you're good at sharing colors. You're not good at sharing anything that captures leads. Ours, what do you think? Whatever we're doing captures leads. So what we're looking at here is an automated post that you didn't have to touch. It's got multiple pictures, but when you click on it, we're driving them to a tool that, you guessed it, captures leads, right? So if you're going to be doing something on social media, if it's not capturing leads, I don't really know what you're doing or why you're doing it. And so just turn on our social media auto posting, right? And we'll do it for you automatically. This was automatically posted. We also have tools for the sellers. Normally our clients like to ignore this tool. If you realize you're going to need to be competitive, you want to be using these tools. These are going to get leads from your clients, friends and family and colleagues on Facebook. So definitely use that. The number one tool for the highest quality listing leads is automatically generated for every listing. Our clients who get the most value of these, they use them every time they get a listing that's just listed and every time they sell it. They mail this to our clients or to the homeowners in the neighborhoods where they have current listings. So let's look at it. It's pretty simple. It's not that sexy. It just says, hey, we're selling a home in your area. Go check it out here, or scan me, go find out about it. When it's sold, it's going to affect your home value. Go here. So what our clients are doing is they are mailing this is now we're in our mastermind group. They are mailing to homeowners. They're buying lists and they're mailing it to homeowners. Now this is in September of last year. So between September and December, she mailed 100 letters that were just listed And this is another 100 letters that are just sold. Now, she does something very unusual. I've never seen another client do. She prints on the back so that it looks like an envelope, and she folds it and tapes it, and she handwrites every envelope. Now, I'm pretty sure you don't want to do that. But let me tell you, she mailed 200 pieces, 100 just listed and 100 just sold. She has 8 people who want to sell their home from this one listing, from 200 pieces of mail. Now, you may not have that much time, and that's why we have an integration with a company called Express Copy. So if you have an account, you can connect it, and then you can click this button that says print and mail, and you can have Express Copy do it for you. Okay. And Express Copy will take the letter that you clicked on, and they will, let's give it a second to pull up. You can say get mailing list. And that means that they will send 100 pieces of mail to owners of single family homes with more than 6 years equity with a 1, 2, 3 mile radius. It's your decision. 100 pieces cost $185. You just click that button, they download it, they fold it, they stuff it, and they mail it to the right. We also have an electronic version, e-flyer for your database of that same letter. So remember when I said get your email list of all your favorite farm markets? You probably want to be blasting this out because it says, hey, I got a home for sale up top. And guess what? That affects your home value on the bottom. You should be sending this out once a week on any listing or on any PDF guide or any of our landing pages to get more leads from your get activation from your old lead. Cold calling script, short form video script. I know realtors, the median age of a realtor is early 50s. And that means that a good portion of you do not like social media. However, a good portion of American adults, the majority of American adults, love it. They spend 40 minutes a day on Facebook alone. So a good way to build your brand and to interact with people is through video, right? TikTok is all video. Facebook has video and YouTube has video. And we're giving you the scripts. Whenever you see short form video scripts, this means get the scripts and use them for your video content. Now, we do single property websites and virtual tours. We have a whole open house marketing toolkit. I've had clients generate more than 80 leads in 1 week from one open house. Why? Because they're using the tools. Our postcards have URLs on the front and back. You can use our print Express Copy, or you can download them and have your own printer do them. We have sign writers. If you're using our text IVR service, you can get leads with phone numbers automatically. We have blog posts, Craigslist. We even create a YouTube video and we auto post it to YouTube, right? So you got that as well. All this for listing marketing. And everything in the end, you want to figure out, how do I get this in front of as many people as I can? You want to use our ad software. Now, I don't know if you've run ads on Facebook before or if you run ads on Google before. You get pretty high quality leads from Facebook. You get higher quality leads from Google, but the leads cost. Now, the Google ad software is actually a $30 a month add-on just to use our software. But here, if I want to create an ad for a listing, and let's do an ad on a property that is sold, leave it on lead ads. Lead ads means these leads are pre-populated with the contact information from the file. So if you don't want people typing in stuff, there you go. Now, all you have to do is click publish. And this is going to it's a 50, because it's sold, the ad cost is higher. So it's $50 for 7 days. A sold ad, those leads cost around $7 each. So you're going to get about 7 leads, right? I do want to say a little bit about lead conversion. I think some of our best leads, I think I said this earlier, they convert, 3 or 4% of their leads from Facebook, right? But the average is between 1 and 3%. And I don't know how you guys convert leads. So let's just leave it in the average, maybe 1 to 3%. That means you need 100 leads to convert 1. And this ad for sellers is going to get 7 leads. If you want more leads, you can change that 50 to a higher budget, right? And you'll get, in this case, divide 7 into 100 and you get about 15 leads, maybe, I think. And my brain doesn't think that fast, but it's something like that. And so what I do want to say about lead conversion is that I know that you've all heard of the term speed to lead, but nobody wants your phone call if they don't know you. I'm sure you're exactly the same way, right? So if you're getting leads with phone numbers, click on your phone and text them with your questions, with your fact-finding questions and your lead conversion questions until they're ready to talk to you. We had a client, I'll show you right over here in the Mastermind group, who ran a sold ad in one day. It was a $50 ad. He gets one lead, his CRM, he's right here. Go look on April 2nd, look at the comments. He actually has a video where he shows, hey, I ran this ad. And in that one ad on the first day, he texts that lead and he got him into a phone call, which then learned they schedule a listing appointment. They're going to sell one home and buy another one, sell one for 400 grand and buy another one for 450. This is what the ad looked like. Okay. It looks just like this. You can you can create an ad like this in about 5 seconds. You just go here, I think, create a listing ad. He did a sold ad and that's exactly what it was. And he texted them till they were ready to talk. They talked, they booked an appointment. I highly recommend it. Okay. And you don't even have to have your own listings to run ads on them. You do need to pay attention to your local rules, MLS rules and office rules, but you can borrow listings and run ads on. Okay. You can also run ads on our PDF guides or any of those landing pages created. And then you can also do the same thing on Google. And in the past, I would tell you, oh, my mouse is acting up, that Google it's a $30 add-on and you don't need it, right? Like you can actually get listing leads from Facebook. But if you believe, like I believe, that getting listings is going to get more competitive this summer and for the future of real estate, you probably want to get your arms around Google fast. You want to get landing pages for your farm market set up, and you want to use Google to get listing leads. You don't want to use Google to get buyer leads. So there's landing pages and there's those 40 PDF guides I said. Don't do anything custom because I don't think you know what Google is about and you could just waste your money right there. So just focus on landing pages. So let's create a landing page. I got a home value page for Santa Monica. I also have over here a little town by me called Orinda. Create an ad. If you got multiple little towns, you want to create a landing page for each town. You want to tell Google to show it in front of those people in that town. And maybe I need a new battery in my mouse. I just restarted. It can't be that. While it's trying to think, let's click on view link. This is a home value page for Orinda, right? Small town. That theater in the background, it's almost 100 years old. If you know that theater, Orinda. So that's going to help people feel more comfortable. If I could type Orinda in the box, that's how you do it. You just type in the name of the town and you click publish, and that's going to create an ad on Google. So what we've talked about are a lot of different marketing ways. And what I want to remind you is I think the industry is going to get more challenging. Interest rates are up. So that already cleared out a bunch of realtors. But now the buyer's commission is at a big question mark. Maybe not for you in your specific state, but for tens of thousands and if not hundreds of thousands of realtors, that's going to become a question mark. So you're going to want to know how to create listings and convert listings. And what we've talked about today are ways to approach your farm markets through print, through emails and email flyers, through Facebook, through social media, and through Google. I hope you understand what I'm saying. If there are any questions, let me know right now, because that's the end of my story for today. There's a lot to it. So let's all remember that it is all covered in detail right here on our YouTube channel. And I will say this, I did mention at the beginning, you should watch a few of the calls called Top Tools for More Listings. But you also want to watch a couple of the Facebook and Google ads because there's a lot of details about Facebook in particular that I'm not going to be covering here because it gets a little bit deep and in the weeds. This is a get started class. But you definitely, when it comes to getting seller leads, buyer leads is easy. You could borrow a listing, put it in there and run a buyer's ad. Really simple, bang, you're going to get buyer leads. No question about it. Seller leads on Facebook is more complicated. And you need to watch these videos to understand, like right here, how to run successful ads. I'm probably talking about what you need to do. And there's a lot of things that agents do and they still run unsuccessful ads. And that's why I cover some of those spots there. So I would concentrate on learning how to get more listings and all the ways that we can help you do that. And I would concentrate on using Facebook and Google more effectively. It's all right here on this YouTube channel. Definitely check it out. I don't see any questions, so I want to say thank you for joining me today. This call has been recorded. It will be in our mastermind group and it will be on our YouTube channel probably by tomorrow. Okay. So let me know. I don't see any questions. So again, thanks for joining me. Have a great week. Talk to you soon.